What's up, everyone? It's Stateside Footy here with a new video. We're going to be talking about this week's games. This is going to be like my reaction to. I'm not doing like the whole game week reaction by every fan base again. That was a lot to edit and film and everything. It was just way too much. Starting off, we're going to talk about Tottenham Wolves. That was the first game of the weekend. Oh my God, could there have been a more boring game this weekend? I mean, shoot, I would have rather watched 0-0. I mean, it could have been at least entertaining then. Could not have been a more boring game. I can't believe I woke up that morning, Saturday morning for that, because being in the States, it's all early morning games for us. Crystal Palace Villa, I'm not going to lie. Vieira is a good manager. I watched him in the MLS. Wasn't very good in the MLS, I can't lie. Didn't really watch him in League One. He figured it out. Whatever his tactical issues were, he figured it out. I cannot wait for him to be at Arsenal in a few years. Arteta's going to keep doing his thing. Vieira is going to take the wheel from there once Arteta's ready to move on or we're ready to move on from him. Everton, Nottingham Forest. Wow. I am so glad Arsenal did not buy Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That could not have been a worse move. Also, Anthony Gordon, $60 million, and you're going to reject that, Everton. Are you kidding me? What are you thinking? You need a striker. You don't need this winger. Demarai Gray can do a job on the wing. Yeah, you're going to have to play someone like Andros Townsend, but who cares? $60 million for a player that's going to go, if you get relegated, is going to go for $15 million to freaking Crystal Palace. That's going to go to Villa. Going to go to some team like that. It's just absurd. Fulham versus Brentford. And I thought this was going to be the boring game of the weekend, not Tottenham Wolverhampton. I thought it was going to be this game. I can't lie. I am so shocked by how well Fulham has played this season. They've got 5 points in 3 games. That's just unheard of, in my opinion. Mitrovic has 3 goals in 3 games. He's lighting it up in the Premier League. I didn't even know it until like 2 seconds ago. The man's 27 years old. I swear he was like 40. I'm just at a loss for words at how well he's been playing. And, you know, there was always the joke about him only being able to do it in the Championship. Well, he's doing it in the Premier League now, and he's doing it very well. This team has been finally built just around him. He's finally been given like a true opportunity in the Premier League, and he is taking it and running with it. He is going to keep Fulham up this year. I picked them to go down. He's going to keep them up. Leicester City versus Southampton, and oh my goodness. Leicester City, you could not be any more in the mud. Brendan Rodgers, you will be lucky to have a job come Christmas. Well, first of all, you won't be playing around Christmas, I'm pretty sure, because of the World Cup. But you'll be lucky to make it to the World Cup break at this rate. Wow. You haven't sold Tielemans yet. You haven't sold Fofana. You haven't sold Madison. You've got all these players returning from injury. You haven't brought anyone in. You had a bunch of players return from injury, though. Brendan Rodgers, you're lucky you haven't been sacked yet. And you'll be lucky in a few weeks if you still have a job. Southampton, on the other hand, again, impressed me. They're sitting currently at 4 points. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. I want to say their losses against one of the bigger teams. Can't 100% remember. But having a pretty solid start to the season. Very impressed with them thus far. I think Shea Adams is just shockingly doing well. I think it's weird seeing all these lower Premier League strikers doing well. Tony's not, I'm not saying he's bad, but very surprising season from him thus far. Just absolutely doing insane. Shea Adams, Mitrovic, players of that sort doing very well thus far. And I hope to keep seeing it happen because I like seeing these strikers do extremely well. Kind of makes you wonder how the big teams are going to play against an Ivan Toney, how they're going to do against a Mitrovic, how they're going to handle those players. Interesting to see. Bournemouth versus Arsenal, and there's only one thing I have to say about that game. Saliba, da 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 da. No, but seriously, Martin Odegaard gets on the score sheet. Saliba gets on the score sheet. Xhaka with an assist. Jesus with an assist. The only player that is still not clicking yet, and it's gonna happen, is Saka. And when Saka starts clicking, it is game over for the rest of the league. I'm I had Arsenal third to start the season. I think they're going to finish first or second. That's my take. I think they've got a pretty relatively easy schedule. When they play that tough part of their schedule against City, Liverpool, and I think Tottenham or United, I can't remember who the third team in that like 4-game stretch is. I think it's Tottenham, Liverpool, Leeds, City. The only game in that 4-game stretch that's away is the Leeds game, which they can go and win at Ellen Road. Having those 3 games close together all at home, huge advantage to Arsenal. And if those games were sporadic, even if one of those games was away, it would be an issue. But having all 3 of them at home, big deal for the team. I think they're going to have a good couple of weeks, and it's not even going to be. I think they're going to run away with a lot of these games. As long as they keep beating the teams they should beat, you can drop a point, drop 2 points to a Tottenham. You can drop 2 points to a Manchester United. You can drop 2 points to a Man City. If you draw a few of those games, but win the ones against Palace, Villa, Everton, Nottingham, Fulham, Brentford, so on and so forth, you keep winning those games, it's not an issue. It doesn't matter. 90 points is the goal. 90 points is where the league winner is. Just gotta get to that 90 mark, whatever it takes. Brighton versus West Ham. Brighton, again, doing well. 2 wins, 1 draw thus far this season. They're sitting on 7 points. They're currently in 5th. West Ham, though, we gotta have a talk. Jared Bowen hasn't done anything. Actually, in fact, the entire team hasn't scored. They have no goals, 5 conceded. There's no scoring going on. They signed a striker. They have Antonio. They have Jared Bowen still. They still have Declan Rice. They still have all these players. I don't think they sold anybody big in the team. They might have sold like Vlasic, but he wasn't playing anyways. So you still got Benrahma. Still got all these quality players. What are you doing? What is the issue? What is going on with Moyes? What's going on with the squad? I have no idea. West Ham fans, let me know in the comments what's happening at the club. I got to be completely honest. Didn't really pay that much attention to the game this weekend, but my oh my. Only opportunity you guys have really had to score. Declan Rice misses the penalty. Put Mark Noble on the phone. I wasn't joking last week when I did my reactions, my fan reactions. I was not joking. You need to find a penalty taker. You can't have Declan Rice taking them if he's going to miss the only one he's been giving. This is a future England captain, man that wants to be the captain of England, and he can't even get a point. He can't even help his team get a point right now. Major League Soccer versus Chelsea. And yeah, you heard me. Major League Soccer, you got Jack Harrison coming from the MLS. Tyler Adams coming from the MLS. Brendan Aronson coming from the MLS. Brendan Aronson gets on the score sheet. Jack Harrison, again, I think got 1 or 2 assists. Rodrigo firing it in. Jesse Marsh, he's figured it out. He's got it going in the Premier League. He had the blip in Leipzig. Did well at Salzburg. But he's got the players he wants. He's got the system he wants. The Leeds owners are backing him up. It's looking good for Leeds right now. Chelsea, wow, that could not have been a worse game for you. Sterling is going to be a flop. He's going to be the only player that City have sold this season that's going to take a step back. Arsenal, Zinchenko, and Jesus taking a step forward in their career. The under 23 players they sold to Southampton taking a step forward in their career. They're getting playtime. They're playing in games. The team that needs to be concerned is Chelsea. They signed a Sterling that's not doing well. Koulibaly sent off, so whoever they play next, they're not even going to have Koulibaly. I can't even tell you who's going to play next to Thiago Silva. Chalobah has only ever played in a back 5, if I'm not mistaken. Reece James has been playing as like a center back. Cucurella is still going to be doing his thing, but it's just, I'm not sure what to make of Chelsea at the moment. Their transfers are just a mess. They haven't really done the business they need to do. They've done the business that's exciting. They've made some exciting name signings, but they haven't done the business they need to do. Thomas Tuchel might want to be a little concerned for his job at the moment. He took a point off Tottenham, which is fine. Obviously, the refereeing decisions in that game were a little rough, but he's got to figure it out. Manchester City versus Newcastle. And oh my goodness, Newcastle United, what a team. They were up 3-1 at one point. I know never to count City out. I can't imagine what the live odds were on a City draw. Probably still not that good because City are that good of a team coming from behind late in important matches like that. But Newcastle, a draw against City is nothing to hang your head on. I know you want that win. I know you want those 3 points when you're up 3-1. You should close that game out. But Eddie Howe, what a job for the team. He's absolutely turned that club around from what Steve Bruce had it at. I thought they were going to be bringing in Big Sam at the end of the January, or whenever they sacked Steve Bruce. They bring in Eddie Howe with the new ownership. They bring in Bruno Guimaraes, probably top 3 player outside of the Big Six. I probably put Declan Rice in that top 3 outside of the Big Six as well, and probably Ivan Toney as well in that top 3 out of the Big Six. But Bruno Guimaraes, wow, what a player. Almiron gets on the score sheet against Manchester City. Jack Grealish makes his little sly comments at the end of last season during their title celebration, and now he's watching Miguel Almiron put a ball in the back of the net. As I believe he was on the City bench. Yeah, he's watching it from the City bench as Miguel Almiron puts one in against his own team. Absolutely insane watching as someone from Atlanta. You can see that back there. Seeing Almiron score against one of the biggest clubs in the world absolutely makes me almost emotional, so excited for him, such a player. And I'm hoping Eddie Howe keeps him in the lineup and he keeps performing under Eddie Howe, because geez, watching him score was so exciting for me. And finally, we have the Monday game, Manchester United versus Liverpool. And if I thought Manchester United were in the mud, what just happened to Liverpool was embarrassing. I can't believe Klopp thought they should have won that game. And I don't know what XG looks like for that game. I haven't went back and looked at it. I'll probably go look back at it here in a second. Yes, Manchester United had 1.6 XG. Liverpool had 1.54, but the eye test, I don't know where that 1.54 came from Liverpool, because it felt like their shots were not great opportunities. I think they had a few good opportunities at the end of the match that helped them, but I think that United should have scored more. I think that Eriksen free kick, probably just a miraculous save by Alisson. I think that having Sancho and Rashford go, but I will say this, United fans, and I think many United fans will agree with me, Ronaldo has to go. I know he's one of the greatest goal scorers in history, but he's not playing Ten Hag ball. He's playing Ronaldo ball. And Ronaldo ball makes a few runs a game, stands in the box, throws his hands up when he doesn't get the ball. You need a Sancho, Rashford, Alenga, Martial front four. You don't need a Sancho, whatever signings you want to make. You don't need a Sancho, Gakpo, Anthony, Martial front four. You don't need that. You need the players that want to play for Manchester United in that team, that's going to press, that's going to make the runs, that's going to do all of these attacking runs, all these exciting runs, that's going to score the goal. Maybe not score as many goals as Ronaldo, and that's fine. But you have to have players that are going to commit to the team. Sorry about that. As I was saying, Liverpool currently in the mud. They have to figure out their midfield situation. Their midfield looks like a mess last game. It was basically get the ball from the defense to the attack. There was no middle midfield. In fact, Luis Diaz had to come back. Firmino had to come back. Firmino wasn't very good, but he was having to play as a midfielder, not a forward. And it's just embarrassing from Liverpool that that's the midfield they put out. Harvey Elliott, James Milner, and Jordan Henderson. I mean, that's Brexit FC. Couldn't believe it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like. I'm probably going to be doing videos like this instead of the skits type thing. It was just a lot to edit, a little difficult for me to edit and get out on time, and especially with this weekend being a little busy on my end and a little difficult to get things going. I might implement it every now and then, if there's something big happens, but at the moment I am just gonna be doing it as an Arsenal fan and just a fan of the Premier League in general, and kind of for most games being a neutral. But again, let me know what you guys think below. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.